This morning we have our second and final consecration speaker, and I'm delighted to welcome Kevin Schaeffer to come and tell his story, which is just a wonderful story. It has a lot to do about us and how Kevin and his family, Daisy and their children, have found their way back here. And Kevin is now a new member of our Stewardship Committee, and for that I'm very thankful. Kevin, welcome.
Good morning. My family and I usually worship here at 9 o'clock in the sanctuary. And this is our first time, Lily and I, showing up at 11. And the energy in this room is just fantastic. I can guarantee you we will be back. Throughout my childhood, this church has been a constant for me. I attended preschool here when I was 4 years old. I sang in the choir with Mr. Crott. I went to Sunday school, on youth retreats, and then was confirmed as a member of the church. All of these experiences have provided countless fond memories for me. After graduating from Morristown High School, I went on to attend Syracuse University, where I met my wife, Daisy. And after college, we moved to New York, where we were married just over 12 years ago. Daisy's mother, Antoni, who we lost a few years back, was adamant that if I wanted to marry her daughter, the wedding would be in a church. So after that, Daisy and I would go to Sunday Mass in some of New York City's most beautiful churches. And later when we moved to Philadelphia, we did the same. But with all the distractions in the world today, I was going through the motions of attending services on Sunday, but looking back, it was a bit of a spiritual hibernation. Daisy and I are blessed with two children, Lily, who's 7, almost 8, and Scott, who was running around in circles, so Daisy removed him after this morning. He's 4, turning 5. And a few years ago, when we moved back to Morristown, my mother, Linda, signed Lily up to sing in the choir, just like I did. And this brought us back to our beautiful church on a more consistent basis. Lily started participating in Kingdom Kids and Vacation Bible School in the summer, now back in Sunday school. And we find ourselves here on more Sunday mornings, beautiful Sunday mornings, just like this, even when she's not singing. My family, both at home and here at church, have brought me out of that hibernation. One Sunday, after a particularly moving service, I mentioned to Daisy a desire to get more involved. And thinking through our Grow the Kingdom commitments of I will pray, I will invite, I will serve, and I will give, I honestly felt a bit like an imposter. I felt very comfortable with the first two. I was praying and extending invitations throughout conversations in our community. However, I wasn't comfortable when thinking through the second two. Over the last few years, many members have stopped to say hello, recognizing me from my childhood and checking in on our family. And one such interaction happened last spring outside of the church, where shortly after, I was presented with an opportunity to serve with our Stewardship Committee. I had verbalized at home that I wanted to get more involved, yet I wasn't actively seeking that opportunity. But when it was presented to me, there was no hesitation that I will serve. During my time working with the Stewardship Committee, I've learned how important Consecration Sunday is for our church. And honestly, until 6 months ago, I had no idea what Consecration Sunday was. So in advance of our first meeting, I looked up simply consecrate. And the best definition I found was a means to declare or dedicate something for a sacred purpose. With increasing costs and a stabilized income, Consecration Sunday allows our church leaders to properly plan. During my hibernation, when we attended services, I would drop some money in the plate, and during the holidays, I would write a check. But from a planning perspective, you could understand how difficult that could make things for our leaders, which is why Consecration Sunday is so important. And I'm looking forward to gathering with you all next week to celebrate Consecration Sunday and celebrate our commitment of I will give. As I become more active, I've realized how unnecessary my imposter syndrome feelings were. Looking back, all I really had to do was ask, as there are many ways in which we can all serve this great church. Our church has been very important to me personally, and up until recently, I would have told you that I hope it remains an important part of my family's lives. But rather than hoping and simply going through the motions, we've made it a priority. And in a very short time, it has been both extremely rewarding and spiritually awakening. Thank you.